Good morning. We are scrambling. It is it's always a busy day around here, and I always feel like I'm always scrambling. So that is something that I'm going to be working on. Thank you. Smash that like. Today we're going to be doing a couple different things. We're going to start off in the beginning with, this week in MLM and some thank yous of some cool stuff. And then we're going to get into talking about the FTC and writing a comment and actually sort of crafting comments together. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Metal Marvels for sending me this amazing coffee mug. They sent me two. I will share the next one on another live, but this one says, if my mouth doesn't say it, my face absolutely will. And I feel like that is a very Roberta Blevins mug, and I'm happy to be using it this morning. So thank you very much to Metal Marvels. You guys should check them out. They have lots of snarky, funny stuff. And I appreciate any snarky coffee mug that I can get my hands on. That's my favorite. All right. So I'm going to welcome to the show my two guests right now. We probably have some more people trickling in a bit, but Mallory and Jenny. Hi, how are you? I made another slideshow today, and I have to find it, and I have to add my Google slide, but I just made it. And so that's what I'm doing right now.
Nice.
Like I'm telling you guys, literally, it was like, the last, I found it. Thank God.
Oh my God.
I'm learning how to do these things. It's processing. It'll upload right now. The other thank yous, if you guys watched or listened to, because all of the podcasts are now on YouTube, or slowly getting there on YouTube. The last episode with Devin MacArthur. These are the two products at the end that I rave about. I have these. I try to put these on my face every single day. I'm not fantastic about it, but a little bit of a hormonal breakout for me. But these really do help my redness and everything. And there's a couple people that asked me. So this is the Derma Relief Serum that I can't even. I put a drop of this in my foundation too. Helps make it smooth. And then the Cactine Moisturizer. So those that asked, here you go. And then Abby and I got your email, B. Yes, thank you. I'm getting all of the information to the winners, and we will pick another winner tonight for another game. So I will get all the information to Boss Babe at the same time. But thank you, B. Abby and I this past weekend for Easter went downtown San Diego. Had a really great time. She's at school today. Gritty says hello. We colored her hair. I posted pictures on Instagram. We went down and we saw Tootsie on Broadway, which was adorable. It was so cute.
Nice.
It was really good.
I love her red hair.
It was hilarious. Have you seen Tootsie, Mallory, my Broadway
I
queen?
have not.
You would love it.
Well,
it's modernized.
I want to love it. I love the movie. I want to love it because I love the movie, but I have to admit I have heard some critiques of some problematic things about
Well, I don't know what they changed because there's a lot of improv, but ours was addressed a lot of problematic stuff, and it was that the way that they addressed it I thought was very Broadway and cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, basically the overarching problematic idea was that
a man taking a woman's job.
Yeah.
They absolutely addressed that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Michael gets the part, and he comes dressed as Dorothy to the cafe that his best friend roommate works at.
Yeah.
He's like, what are your specials tonight? And the friend obviously buys it hook, line, and sinker, da-da-da-da-da. And then when he realizes who it is, he definitely does this whole thing where he's like, what are you doing? You are offending literally every single person in the entire world by doing, like, they go off, and there's actually, in the show that I saw at least, there was a very funny,
I wonder,
full addressed thing. So maybe it was a secondary thing, but the friends now has this whole speech about how dare you. And it was very Broadway, and a very Broadway way to address a topic in a way that is very Broadway. If you've ever seen a Broadway show.
Sorry, I'm fighting with a bee.
I was like, are you fighting a chicken? Is what it sounded like. Anyway, so Abby and I go downtown, and we've got a couple hours to kill before we can go into the theater. And I said, let's go get a cookie for the show. Let's go walk around. There was a little street fair in downtown San Diego. The Padres were in town playing, and we decided to walk down to Petco Park, take some pictures of Gritty for her album cover artwork. And as we turn the corner at Petco Park, we are approached by two men who say, aquí, mira, aquí. And they hand us this. Which, if you don't speak Spanish, and I'm in San Diego, and we're right on the border, and there are a lot of Hispanic people, and I'm assuming in Scientology as well. But that just means here, my friend. And so they're handing them out, and they're saying here, and they're handing them out. And they didn't hand it. They didn't hand me one, and then a secondary one to me, like the playbill guy at the theater. It wasn't like here and here's yours for your daughter. Like, no, it fully was like, here you go, tiny child. Here's your Scientology test. So this actually is the things that happen on the show. This is an official Scientology personality test. Abby and I came home and we went through the first 100 questions together because I know how y'all love a little bit of gritty, but I don't think gritty can do all 200, folks. So gritty's in part one. There's a lot of this from her. And I look at her and I go, you know, this is recording, right? Like everyone can see you do this. It's going on YouTube. So we did, Karina, the link, I sent you the link in the FTC chat. I can send you it in your chat too, if you want to hop on with us. But this is a Scientology test. And look, it looks like a regular religious tract. Like it's a little 3-parter. No, it is not, y'all. Look.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
These are questions. These are literally questions.
How to get clear?
Abby and I did the first 100 questions together. I'll edit it up and I'll put it up, and then I'll do the second 100 questions on my own, or if someone wants to join me, we can react. But I will tell you that toward the center of the test, which was the end of Abby's test, we did find our favorite question. And I'd like to read it to you guys as a little teaser for what's coming up ahead on this channel. Number 98. Would you use corporal punishment on a child aged 10 if it refused to obey you?
If it.
It's right there.
Whoa.
If it refused, listen, if your child
refused to obey you.
There are two things going on
Age
here.
10. Abby was like, that is a very specific question because she is also a child age 10 who sometimes doesn't obey. And I was like, how do you feel about this question?
There's two things going on here. If your child refuses to obey, then there's two things. One, you're either not using appropriate discipline and creating a good setup in your home with parent and child, or your child has an actual condition that needs to be diagnosed, and there needs to be interventions, and there needs to be things that are there. You don't need to,
Karina, I'll send it to you.
Hit your kid.
We have all these. Absolutely. I just didn't want Karina to think I was ignoring her. She is not in the FTC planning chat. So
I sent her link.
Okay, good. Okay.
Oh, Karina, I left because I couldn't keep up, and they added me back in. Wait. All of a sudden, I was like, why am I back in?
I was like, I cannot keep up with any of this. Y'all give me the Reader's Digest version. Hey, Karina. All right. So this is what I was working on really quickly. I was collecting memes. So maybe I'll do it next week. But then this morning I woke up to this. I was tagged in this in our LuLaRoe Defectors Support Facebook group. There are 2 new items coming out in LuLaRoe. Two.
Is one of them the jumper? I saw the jumper this morning.
Two. No jumpers. That is actually an April Fool's joke. They just take Amelia's and they tuck them into leggings and they pull the leggings up and they make it look like a jumper, a romper. And then they troll everybody. And then everybody that says it's hideous, they're like, it's a joke, stupid.
No, my friend was wearing one. She was posting how she's like, I never thought I would look good. No, the girl that I'm friends with that's still... Yeah, the girl that I'm friends with still sells. She was like, I never thought I'd look good in a romper, but look at this one. And she did look good in it. It was a nice looking romper. There
was an April Fool's joke. There was a couple April Fool's jokes, obviously LuLaRoe, but there was one where if you could Lula suit an Amelia and a pair of leggings, which just means it's the same print, tuck your Amelia into your leggings, which is that dress with the pockets, and fluff it out like a peplum, and then tuck your leggings up to like a bike short. And then they were posting pictures saying that it was a jumper and it was an April Fool's joke. Horrible.
Who could ever get their leggings up over their calves? Like, what?
I have a question, Roberta. Was there knots?
Was there knots?
I just watched your last video and you were talking about all the knots. I was like, okay.
Can I just say really quick that I didn't know I would like YouTube as much as I do, but they're basically long, like gigantically long TikToks.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I do my TikToks with like my receipts and like my pictures and my memes and my gifts, I was like, what? I can do this for an hour and people will watch it? Let's go.
I love it.
I'm having so much fun. You will see as each episode progresses. They're like, oh, look, Roberta learned how to add videos. Like, you will see whatever new trick I learn will definitely be displayed in the newest video.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh. So yes, so there are, hey everybody. There are 2 new LuLaRoe styles. I want you guys to understand. We're going to start with these. There's some screenshots from Becca explaining what these are and photos. Some of these are, I think most of these are the LuLaRoe official photos. I did steal a couple of these jokes from the ladies in the group chat or in the group because I didn't have time to write my own. I made this like 15 seconds before
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Here we go. So everybody loves Becca from LuLaRich, my good friend Becca Peter. This is the Carry shoulder pad tank. Shoulder pad, you heard me correctly. It is $36 for this.
It's called shoulder pad tank.
The Carry shoulder pad tank. Yes. This muscle tank has always been a statement piece. This variation modernizes with the shoulder pad. We're modernizing the original with removable shoulder pads and a boxy fit for a sharp shouldered silhouette. Look at that alliteration, LuLaRoe. Did you get a new copywriter? The shoulder pad trends makes its comeback and provides an hourglass shape, flattering any body type. Well, we're going to have some pictures in a second. And we're not making fun of the beautiful women. They're all beautiful women. We are making fun of the ridiculous shirt. Carrie brings chic sophistication to an everyday outfit. Dress it up, dress it down.
For the working woman.
Go casual or full work mode, Mallory, with chic styling and solids and strong but playful trending prints. Layer her with a blazer. Layer her. Yes. This is a girl, just so you know. She does have a gender, and she is a she. She identifies.
But the child was an it, right?
Yep. But the child is an it, and the shirt is a she. What world are we living in? Layer her with a blazer or throw it over denim shorts and sneakers. Either way, this amped up basic has a little something extra built right in.
I really need Jenny to read that last line.
Oh, yeah. Read it, Jenny.
Wait, the comments are like, I don't want to be boxy. Don't box me. What's the last line?
Don't box me.
Layer her with a blazer or throw it over denim shorts and sneakers.
No, I need it as Anna Delvey.
Either way, the basic.
As Anna Delvey?
As Anna Delvey. Last sentence.
Either way, this amped up basic has that little something extra built right in with a fat batch.
Here we go. Here's some pictures of this amazing comeback that provides an hourglass shape and is flattering on any body type.
Like, it's cute, but also
I don't hate it.
For $36.
Right. I don't hate it. I'm just like, so like, okay, the woman in the stripes, I think it looks nice, but again, I feel like
I do like the stripe one. She's very cute, and I like her purse.
Like based on
the styling of the purse.
It could look good, but then in another angle. So, for example, then the other woman, it's like there's the gap, like where the shoulder, and I just don't.
That's the pad.
Well, right.
You know what that looks like? Like when someone just like rolls up their sleeve and it's like bunched up right here. And I'm sorry, but nobody needs shoulder pads. Like my mom didn't even wear shoulder pads in the 80s. So
are we trying, like, is LuLaRoe at once trying to bring the shoulder pad back and just look like a rolled tee?
Here's some more. We've got the business look, we've got the casual look, and we've got like the fun date look. And this girl here with the adorable coral pink hair, that's Julia, the Julia.
Her hair's that's gorgeous.
I love her hair. I love whatever Julia's doing with her hair right now. She looks adorable.
But like, okay, so the woman in the chair, it looks like. My first thought was
$19.
Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where like the spikes are coming off his shoulder. Like that's all it's missing. It's just the Shredder.
Yeah, it's like very like Mark. You love Guar. Why don't you join the band? Right?
I don't know, but
did anybody just get my reference?
Yes. I think you can get something like this for like $10 at Marshall's or
There you go.
Ross. And then at the shoulder pads, if you want
Like
them.
the shoulder pads are $26.
Go support
No.
a local boutique that's bringing in, there's women, there's small businesses, Etsy shops that are recycling old scarves, pashminas, their husbands' flannel shirts into these amazing tops with peplum or what do you call those?
Absolutely.
Like,
Interest
go
in
support
your-
that.
I know it's
This is
peplum.
not-
That was peplum.
It's just not special.
Peplum is like a little mini skirt at the waist. You know what I mean? Like a little frill, like a little ruffle.
Oh,
That's a peplum.
What's that kind of?
Alonda's here too.
Yolanda.
We're getting through these amazing slides of the new LuLaRoe, and then we're gonna jump onto the FTC stuff. We gotta start with the laugh. Anyway, this
Oh my gosh, you didn't.
That's what I
so
was
this
talking
is
about.
not my joke, but it was so good, and I had to throw it in here. Somebody posted this in the defector support, and I was like, "Yep, that's what it is." And Karina even said it's like rolling your shirts, your sleeves up. And here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Peplum is not a fan of those of us with long torsos. It makes us, it's not cute.
There.
Anyway, so here we go. What is that? Who is that? Pony Boy? It's not Pony Boy. It's very Pony Boy. It's very Pony Boy.
Is that a box of cigarettes in his, that's hysterical.
Yes, that was, what is this, the 1950s? All right, so the next piece that we have is the Serenity. If you liked the Carrie tank top with shoulder pads, you are going to love the Serenity maxi dress with shoulder pads.
Stop it.
Or not.
Classy, elegant, simple, strong, all in one dress. I don't have my microphone closed. There we go. Is that better? Serenity's modern twist on a classic muscle tank has a structured silhouette grafted in soft, relaxed fabric, keeping her comfy and casual. Serenity's vintage play on her removable shoulder pads elevates the design and effortlessly transform a stylish professional form, a business meeting. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I cannot read. A stylish professional from a business meeting to a sexy, sexy, sexy date night. I added a couple of sexies.
I can't believe they used the word sexy. I cannot believe they would use the word sexy to describe.
Well, when you're with your husband, it's always sexy.
Be available. Be available on.
Get on your knees, ladies. It's
on your knees.
10 minutes. 5 minutes is sexy. 5 minutes.
So a maxi dress with a little shoulder pad. This
For $60.
I just don't.
Also,
Look at that wrinkly mess.
It's wrinkled.
Why are we?
Where's your steamer, ma'am?
Photo. She's beautiful. I love her style. I love her tattoos. She's super.
I love
cute.
her tattoos.
Why didn't LuLaRoe steam this?
I love the color, but not the dress.
Yeah, no, that color's great. And it's a great color on
It's
her.
a beautiful color, and it's a cute silhouette on her. She looks adorable, but I don't understand the wrinkling.
My
Yeah.
question is, does it smell like dead rats?
I don't know. Let's take a whiff. You'd be able to smell it coming, though.
Does it come with a back office and some questionable corporate policies? Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, here's some more. You know what? Actually, I think this woman on the left is actually wearing the tank top with a skirt. I thought that it might also be a I'm not sure if it's a tank, if the Carrie tank top with a skirt,
Okay.
or if it's a color blocking dress, because all of these photos, like I just put, so I'm not sure. I'm looking at this now going, oops. So either way, adorable. She's adorable. I love her hair. Both of these women are beautiful. I don't know how flattering this dress is on this silhouette.
It's not.
I wouldn't wear it.
It does
It's
nothing
very
for her.
potato sacky.
Yeah, it does nothing for her shape. It does not.
No,
To me,
she's got beautiful curves, and it doesn't
That's what I
accentuate
mean.
the curves at
To
all.
me, this says, like, this is what I feel like I wear whenever I'm costumed for a show and they don't know what to put me in because I was too overweight. So they would just give me like the most boxy, basic thing. You know what I mean? This just is like lazy. This is bad.
Yeah.
This looks like my 4X big t-shirt that I constantly use to sleep in. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
mine is
it's
cuter.
like-
It's like tie-dye.
These are my cuter.
Roberta, do they have a supplier? I mean, it's not like they came up with this design or.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
Here's
do they
more
have
on
a
a different
supplier?
silhouette. But still, like, even it's still boxy, even on a smaller size.
Yeah.
It is
No, it's
still
not flattering
very
for
boxy.
anybody.
And maybe it's supposed to be boxy. I mean, they did use that term, but they also use sexy. They use sexy.
By
and
the way,
boxy.
I don't know about y'all, but when I do pieces like this that are these very staple pieces, either solid colors or patterns, but they can go under the jacket or wear with jeans, or you can put a belt on it, or you can accessorize it easily, or it's that nice blue. I'm on Amazon.com. I'm at Gap. I'm at Big Box, Target. I mean, I'm places where I know I can get that stuff for PS a third of what they're saying it's worth here.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just not worth the money.
I will say this reminds me of a dress, and this reminds me of a dress that I wore like to a luncheon when I was pregnant. Like it was like a maternity luncheon dress, and it was the same. It was like that, sat right above my belly, my bump, the same sort of cut, and it was not flattering on a pregnant woman either.
So Roberta, is this like a spring collection? But I know you said it's just 2 new things.
No,
or is this
no spring collection? It's just them. But you see, you've got prints too, and these are a couple other.
Yeah,
I will say it looks super comfy.
It does look comfy. I mean, that's LuLaRoe's whole thing, right? So these are the new stylings. Again, I don't think this is a $60 dress.
right.
Whoa.
Right.
Wait.
Something.
$60?
$60 for the dress, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what LuLaRoe's known for, is these dresses being basically like a sheet of fabric, and they're like,
but
here.
we can find a boxy, empire waisted type silhouette dress like this on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm going to say $25 and under.
Yeah.
Less than half price.
Maxi dresses, cap sleeves, tanks.
Most likely also less than what consultants are paying wholesale.
Sure, I'll find one right now.
And get it. I can get it by tomorrow night.
Right. And I'll have it tomorrow, and I'll have the print and the color and whatever that I want. And if they don't have it in my size, I have others to choose from. And it's not like some mystery that I've got to fight other people for in like this mass sale. Anyway.
The reps are so for the reps, that's interesting. This is just so interesting to know.
Is, right?
Again, like in the MLM mindset, you have to be excited about that. You have to be excited. It's like a mandatory requirement.
I found one for $34.99, and it's way cuter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know how to sew, and I could probably make that for like $10-15 if I just buy the fabric.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it would fit way better because I would make it to my measurements.
Yeah. And if shoulder pads are in, then shoulder pads are in, like.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but if you like them, hey.
Micro low-rise jeans are coming back?
No.
Not. The kind where you got to get a wax to wear them,
No. God, please
you know what
no.
I mean, right? Those
yeah.
ones are treacherous.
So
you guys, everyone that's younger than us in the chat, we went through this, so you didn't have to.
Yeah, the micro. No.
For real.
For Britney Spears, it never left.
That's just sort of Britney.
Okay, show of hands if you can show us your hands, but like dead honesty, who's submitted their comment yet?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
I haven't because I'm gonna do a live shameless plug here. I'm gonna do a live probably next week in Spanish, and I'm gonna like sit there and write it and walk people through it in Spanish.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. I haven't done mine yet. I have started. I say it in my head in the shower. I say it in my head when I'm driving. I'm always working on things. I have little notes. I'll email myself or send myself. I love to use Instagram to text message myself because it saves. And I leave myself little notes. It's like the new note to self. I Instagram myself. This is the comment crafter. This is for all of us that are like, but I don't know how to start, but it seems really daunting. But like my executive dysfunction's like, but there's another episode of whatever show you're watching. This is for us. This comment crafter is amazing. It was created by Claudia. I don't know Claudia, of course. Michelle is not available to explain. Do any of you guys know Claudia? Because I don't.
Yes, I know Claudia.
Okay, thank you. Alonda, take it over.
She's on the steering committee for the conference, MLM, Multi-Level Marketing Protection Challenge. She's an academic. I want to say she's based in Germany. I don't know. I was just recently reading a string of something from her earlier, but she is really amazing. And she really wants these things to, go into that good night, but realizes that we can't just snap our fingers and boom, they all go away. So she put this together, and I was actually just reading her comment earlier that she has crafted and she sent to us. And yeah, she's amazing. I'm hoping to have her on sometime.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
is-
it's so great.
And this tool is so incredibly beneficial because when you're asking droves of people to do something like this, you have to hold people's hands, and that's not a bad thing to say, you know, we're going to hold your hand. It's not a negative to say you have to hold people's hands. Sometimes when you ask me to do something, I need you to hold my hand and literally say to me, here is step by step what you need to do. Here's how we're going to help guide you. And this, I mean, clearly this was done by an academic, like somebody who's a teacher or whatever. I mean, this is so well done. It's perfect so that people aren't just commenting, they're being thoughtful about their comments.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people are visual learners.
Right.
So,
well, learning to do anything, having something to go by is always beneficial.
PhD. So, yes. Oh, she's a
PhD. Yeah.
She's hell.
Claudia Gross. And she created this, and it's very, very easy to go through. And so, like, we're just going to go through it. Basically, what happens is we're going to talk about personal experience, and there's these prompts. Now, when you fill out these sections here, this is what will be saved, not the prompts or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about you can, you know, rephrase the question yourself if you want, because that prompt won't be there in the end. So you're basically creating little paragraph essays for each of these prompts. And you're going to start with personal experience. Have you been contacted via social media or personally? Have you joined, or any family member, friend, former schoolmates, etc.? What company, when, and for how long? Now, those are very, very, very simple questions, right? You're like, oh, that's your personal experience. And sometimes you think down and you're like, well, I was never in an MLM. I don't really have any personal experience. But you can also think that, hey, I do have personal experience. My mom sold it. My dad sold it. My best friend tried to get me in, whatever. There's a lot of personal experience that I think we don't think about and we don't understand. And I think a lot of people also feel maybe I'm not the right person to be the person to comment because I haven't been in an MLM, or my experience wasn't as bad as some of the people on these podcasts and these shows and these news articles. I just got in and, you know, I only lost $100 and whatever. Like, that's an experience too. And we have to understand that, yes, while what would be the best thing would be for everybody to craft an Alonda style comment, a Bill style comment that's pages and pages with footnotes and annotations and links and evidence and everything. But we also have to be understanding that that is not realistic, that not everybody has the resources, the time, and just even the academia to be able to craft a comment like that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just not. But it is very important to understand that, like, we all have personal experiences in this, and every comment is important, even if it's not super, super well crafted, because it's almost like, if we look at this as almost like a vote, we don't want to throw our vote away because we don't think our vote's important. Because this isn't like a massive electoral college. Like, this is like, do you vote yes or no? Yes or no?
I have a question. So even if, because I thought about saying this in my life that I'm going to be doing in Spanish, I think even if you're like a person from the outside in and you've never had necessarily an experience with an MLM, but you see what's wrong with the structure, I think, can they even do that? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what's most important is that showing the FTC that more people understand the weight
and are noticing.
So whether they've experienced it directly or not, that they're starting to understand that it is a problem and that they could become, I don't want to say victim, because hopefully if they're educated, they won't be the victim, but they could be, you know, exposed, susceptible to being approached and having to deal with saying no to somebody, a family member, you know what I mean? Like so the FTC needs to know that the education is spreading and this needs to happen. And that's why every comment is important, especially because, you know, well, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's incredibly important. And I'm starting off mine. I'm not going to finish mine, obviously, in here, but I'll put something and then we'll go back. But my personal experience, it says I joined my first MLM in 2014 after my father passed away. That's not how you spell pass, though.
How many times
sure I'm gonna
delete in typing. How
delete.
Margie just put up a huge, or like she's not huge. She just made a comment. I sent the link to my daughter-in-law because she was the one I shunned for not being supportive of my MLM. So like, right. So her daughter-in-law, if her daughter-in-law's not been in one, her daughter-in-law can talk about my mother-in-law shunned me because I didn't do this. And now our relationship is mending, whatever. But like, yeah, absolutely. Like those are all valuable things.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I think the personal experience is small, but it's a bit of a connection, right? We want to start with that connection. This is why I'm even here. This is why this is important to me. And this is why I'm speaking out today. That's basically what that means.
Absolutely.
We go down to earnings claims.
I have an email from Doug where he analyzed the comments so far, if you'd like me to share that.
Of course, yes.
I would love to hear that.
I would love that.
Okay. So
I'm going to
write this. Hang on. He wrote this April 18th. Okay, so
a couple days ago.
Doug said, Doug Brooks, in case you don't know who I'm talking about, he's an attorney. As I write this, there are 476 public comments posted to the FTC's website for the deceptive earnings claims ANRP. I have read the first 299 comments, which includes all comments posted through April 12th. Of these 278 comments are anti-MLM, 93%. There are 18 comments that either do not involve MLM or are unclear as to what the commenter is talking about, roughly 6%. There were 2 comments that are pro-MLM, both apparently by the same individual. One comment is a satirical pro-pyramid scheme posting. 122 of the comments are anonymous. The MLM comments mention a total of 57 different MLMs. Some commenters do not identify any MLM. Others identify multiple MLMs. The top 11 MLMs mentioned are Monat, 19, Beachbody, 15, Amway, 11, Arbonne, 9, Mary Kay, 9, Paparazzi, 8, It Works, 6, Plexus, 6, LuLaRoe, 4, Pure Romance, 4, and Prove It, 4.
Wow.
Nice.
Dang.
I like to hear that.
Comments are quite lengthy and include screenshots of deceptive earnings claims. Some are quite brief. I don't think, and he says he doesn't think that he will be able to keep up with the rest of it. But basically, we were all talking, and the thought is that towards the end of as the deadline gets nearer, that's when the industry will come out and just like swamp with a buttload of comments.
Right.
But I thought that was very interesting to see how many comments that are out there that are against this, and you know which MLMs are being talked about. But you don't have to mention your MLM or any MLM, or you can mention out there that are against this, and you know which MLMs are being talked about. But you don't have to mention your MLM.
I think it's amazing. I think that's awesome. I think it's fantastic. I'm happy that we've got 476 comments on there, and that the majority of them, 98% are anti-MLM.
Yeah, like what was the date where I went in and was like, guys, there's 108. What do we know what date that was?
That was like 2 weeks
About a
ago,
week
maybe?
ago.
What? No, not
ago.
Maybe 2 weeks ago. You know what? Let me go back. I'll take a moment and
10 to 14 days ago.
I'll see when Barb posted
business days
her video. Whenever Barb posted her video, it was not long out. It was just before that.
So here we can go into earnings claims where the FTC is interested in deceptive earnings claims. We know what they are. We educate. We've seen them. You guys have been on my show and talked about them too. We know exactly what that means. So please tell them whether the distributor who contacted you made income promises and what you were told personally or online or what you read on social media. So again, right here, you're going to talk about some of those promises. And again, with the lifestyle, those promises. And we know what those promises look like. We know what they sound like. They sound like 6-figure, 7-figure. I did it. You can do it too. My upline does it. They have the car. They have the house. They have all this. Basically, like any quote unquote proof that
if it wasn't for this company, I wouldn't blah, blah.
Right.
If it wasn't, I couldn't pay for my kids' sports.
Right. Those are all income claims.
April 7th was when I did that like Blitz live that day. Where I have this live here. Do you want to help make positive change? And that's like when I went live at lunch. So April 7th. So just about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 15 days ago.
Is when. So we've gotten a huge amount. And when's it stop? May 10th?
Yes.
All right. So
about 2 weeks, right?
2.5 weeks
Okay.
to keep going. We can do this, guys.
We can do this. I mean, it's incredible. And again, like Bob says, like Robert says, like Bill says, or I said Bob and Robert, and that's the same person. Robert, Bill, Doug, dang, hey, they all say any comment is better than no comment.
Right.
And you know what? Obviously, a bunch of comments that are like MLM bad is not going to be great. Like, take a little bit more time than that. But again, like any comment, like I don't want anyone to feel discouraged because they're like, well, I was going to comment, but my comment, you know, it doesn't seem like it's going to help. It's going to help. Every single comment helps. Even if the MLM industry comes in and brings 1,000 comments, like think of it as like a one-off, like, well, canceled out that one kind of thing. Like,
right.
I was saying
the MLM industry is not coming with the academia comments that some of the people are posting already. They're just not going to.
I was going to say, even a screen grab of a Facebook group or certainly someone's Facebook page where they're advertising that who wants to make $1,400 next month. Just those little titles grab. Right. I mean, take a screenshot. You could even blur out your friend's name because it's not your friend. It's the industry and the brands and corporations themselves that are such a problem. So you could blur out their name, but just say this is on a public Facebook page.
Yeah. Also, remember, you can do the comment anonymously, so you don't have to put yourself out there or anyone else out there if you don't want to. If it makes you more comfortable.
But I love these trigger questions that get someone
absolutely right.
The business cost, and the selling size.
Yeah, let's talk about business costs. The FTC is interested in how much people earn. To earn money, distributors first need to invest money. Often, people invest far more than they ever earn back. And many have no clear idea on how much it costs to be an MLM distributor. Describe to the FTC, for the FTC, your experience. What were you told about the business costs? Did you get any concrete information? Did this turn out, i.e., did you or your friend, family member invest the money, this amount of money? Did you invest more than you thought you had at the beginning? And what were the costs for each product, business? Basically, you know what I'm saying. I'm misreading it because it's small type and I'm old. But yeah, like, let's talk about some of those business costs that were never talked about, because again, that all goes into this income claim, right? If we're talking about deceptive income claims and they're saying you can make $1,400 by next month, but they're not letting you know that it's going to cost you $1,350 to make it. Mm-hmm. Like, so these business costs, and a lot of these are sunk costs that you will never, ever, ever get anything back. You know, it's not just inventory or front loading. It's business cards, it's racks, it's tables, it's tablecloths, it's mannequins, it's
ads if you do that.
Yeah, ads, perfect. Jewelry holders you might have for your things. If you're doing craft fairs, it's the money that you put into these fees to do these things. Those are all business expenses and business costs that they never told you.
Right.
Ever. And you can even see on LuLaRoe's, after they got sued, if you look at the Washington one, there's like a whole section of additional business costs. And I think it even says like, and may even include professional services like a lawyer. And I was just like, what? I've seen some of these income disclosure statements say things like that. Like, you might need a lawyer. That might be one of your business costs. And I'm like, ooh.
Oh my God.
So those are other business costs that you might. Shipping packages. Absolutely. I'm not old. I appreciate it. Thank you. I lived a long time to be able to say I'm old.
41. Shut up.
I am. Just wait till you get to 41, okay? And you tell me.
Yeah, I know. And I'm so old.
And you will be so old. Selling and sales.
Yeah, well, you'll be 45 or 45.
And then I'll be 45, which is even older than I am now. Oh my God. Whoever successfully sells products to an end customer or non-members can earn money, right? And we know the statistic is only 10% actually makes it out. Wild. The FTC is definitely interested in this. What is your experience with selling? Did the distributor who contacted you say it is easy to sell the products? Like maybe they sell themselves? Or did you or anyone actually sell products? I know I sold products, but it didn't sell themselves. It was definitely hard. And there was a much bigger focus on recruiting in LuLaRoe than there ever was about selling. How did it feel to try to sell products to others? If you did not sell but buy products, how did this feel? So that's a really great prompt. Like, Again, if you're not in it and you're not selling, then you don't know what it feels like to sell. But you might be on the receiving end of that, going to parties, getting inundated in your inboxes of like, hey, there's a discount this week. Hey, there's a new lipstick. What are some of the experiences that you guys have had with those?
I mean, I've seen reps say, everyone washes their hair. Everybody washes their hair. It sells itself. You know why this works? Because everyone washes their hair.
Oh yeah, mine was everybody uses soap. Everybody takes a shower or a bath. Yeah, so everybody needs soap. And I was like, absolutely. Oh my God, yes, everybody does need soap. Everybody needs a $10 bar of soap. Everybody.
Yeah, nobody needs that soap.
Everybody wears clothes. They gotta wear clothes. It's the law.
Yeah, so shoulder pads and buy it from you. With the shoulder pads, overpriced with shoulder pads.
They might as well buy from you. That's right.
They might as well buy from you. So all of those things, again, go right into it. The actual outcome. To sum up, you could tell the FTC whether the reasons why you, your family member, school, friend, schoolmate, etc., started were fulfilled. Was your why fulfilled? That's what this is. Was your why fulfilled? Did participating in an MLM turn out as you expected? And how did participating in an MLM affect you and others and your family, your friends, etc.? What kind of promises were made that did not turn out?
You know what's wild a little bit on this and back at the expenses piece. There's a screen, you can post a screen grab of someone's of an SED's public Instagram where she says, you guys, convention is non-negotiable. You need to be there.
Farrah Mountain posted that.
Yes, screen grab that. Or if that's in your team page and you're currently in a MLM, but you would like to see positive change and less deceptive tactics, this is for you too. This platform is for you too.
Yeah. Or do you want it? I'll give it to you. I have that screen grab because
that is an expense. That is showing the culture of, but the tactic of, but also a quasi requirement of, you need to shoulder this expense and get your butt traveled and pay registration to convention.
Yeah. And also saying that that said convention or said like reunion or whatever is fully paid when it's not.
It's not.
Right.
Nothing is fully paid.
Yeah. So the deceptiveness, even when you've already enrolled and you're not a new recruit, the deceptiveness of being in there and the expense claim was never laid out for you, that when you got to Vegas, you're on your own for the Uber, every bit of food, anything outside of per diem.
Also, when they make you feel guilty for not doing these things, when they make you feel like crap for not succeeding, for not being successful.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could make a Google Drive to put screenshots of these claims if people want to use them as examples, or if they see something and it triggers them and it's a great piece of evidence for their comment. Do we have a Google Drive or a place where we could share? Maybe we could figure it out.
We should figure that out a little.
We could absolutely figure that out.
A Dropbox accessible.
A Dropbox, yeah. Let's work on that. We'll work on that after the show.
Great
idea. A good idea. That's a great idea. Because I see them too, and I go, where am I going to keep all these pictures? I've got all kinds of pictures on my phone I need to go through and save up.
Same.
Yeah.
Need to clean it out.
If any of you are still in your LuLaRoe groups, your MLM groups of any, or if you're in any of the sales groups, whatever, like if you see this stuff, even if you've already done your comment and you're like, oh, well, maybe I want to do another comment, whatever. Again, you can comment as many times as you want. But if you see some screenshots, grab them. Yeah. Grab them, save them. You might not use them. You might be able to give them to somebody else or be like, hey, you can send them to me. Hey, Robert, I found these screenshots. They might be useful to somebody. They might trigger somebody else. They might be evidence that goes perfectly with what somebody's trying to convey. Just because it's not your screenshot, your experience, or your upline, it doesn't matter because it all goes with this narrative that MLM's a scam. And we're trying to show the FTC.
Yeah.
They know, the FTC knows, right? Like there's a reason that we have these rules and there's a reason this is even happening. The FTC knows. The FTC wants to see that we also see it.
Right. Yeah, and you can screen grab that and blur the names, but it shows even a comment thread on how's everybody spending their big bonus, happy 15th of the month, and the entire thread of what's been paid off, what debt was obliterated, the car note, the mortgage, all those things. And it's not to rat out your friends, blur their names out. It's to show a live thread, a conversation amongst humans that are being deceived.
Right. And we also want to remember That's a great point, Jenny. Like, you don't want to call out your friend. You might have some screenshots that are perfect and it's your bestie. And you're like, blur the name, cut out the name. You only need the text, right? You don't have to call anybody out. And even if your bestie sees it, the only person calling out your bestie is going to be your bestie at that point. So
that's the
share
huge
it.
thing to remember is when you blur things out, if you're worried that they're going to get mad, they will be the ones to expose themselves. Like, just remember that, like, I can't say it enough, because especially, like, you know, with the videos I do, I blur out everyone's faces, I blur out names, I don't expose them. And then when they come in the comments and they're like, how dare you use me? I'm like, no one would have known it was you until you came out here and exposed yourself. So just remember that, you know, moving forward, like, you don't owe anybody.
Also, it's not about the person themselves. It's about the behavior, the misleading tactics that they're using.
Yes.
I'm all for fair use, but in this particular case, I feel like it would be better if you blur them out or blur their names or information out about them.
Yeah. Absolutely. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you're MLM famous, if you are a nobody, if you joined yesterday and you're trying to tell people they're going to make $1 million tomorrow, it does not matter. If you are in an MLM within the MLM complex and you are making claims that are illegal, it counts. Doesn't matter if you have 1 million followers or 1. So yes, those claims also all count. And yes, this is incredible. It's important. The FTC does want to see evidence. That's why they gave us the ability to add screenshots. They want to see evidence. And like I said, again, big caveat here. Any comment is better than no comment.
Right.
But a well-crafted comment is better than a hastily crafted comment at the same time. So if you have the time to do it, that's wonderful. We do want evidence. We talked about this in the very first live when we went through, before it even opened, when we went through all the bullet points that Dave had helped me with. This was something that they said they want to see evidence. If we are coming to the FTC saying, this doesn't work, they don't want us to be like, this doesn't work, bye. They want us to say, this doesn't work, and here are some suggestions that might help make it work better. Or here are some implementations of rules that might make this a little easier in the future. It's okay to say it sucks. If you have advice or suggestions, that's even better.
You know what? It's really important as well in any of these fields on the crafting tool, but in your comment, if you have submitted internally to your MLM compliance department, been ignored or received a boilerplate template and no action was taken against a group chat that was making ranks happen or false deceptive income claims within groups, whatever, that's highly important because the FTC will want to know what corporations are in fact ignoring their own rules.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So even like this, like the constant harassing, like that sort of stuff, even though it's not an income claim or a lifestyle claim, it is sort of a negative connotation of MLM, which goes under that umbrella of the regulations and the rules that we're trying to set. So if we can even talk about being harassed, I'm being harassed at all hours of the night, right? We talked about the telemarketer rule. There is a rule for telemarketers. They cannot call past a certain hour or they can get in trouble. Mm-hmm. So even setting those type of rules and using the telemarketer rule as an example in your comment of like, hey, how come this person can harass me, but telemarketers can't? Can there be some sort of rule within the MLM structure that addresses this issue as well? They are all issues and they all need to be addressed and they're all very important. But and that is, if you go back and you look at the very first one we did, I believe it's on Michelle's website, on MLMchange.org. It was before commenting opened. And I think it was before we talked to Bill. And we go through like a list of things the FTC is looking for. If this is what you're going to say, here's, the opposite side of it. If this is the evidence they're looking for, these are the suggestions they're looking for. And here are other pre-existing rules, like the business opportunity rule, the franchise rule, the telemarketer rule. These are existing rules that the FTC already has in place for businesses that are similar to MLM. But why doesn't MLM have any regulation and all of these other similar businesses do? And that's sort of the question here, right? And so that's sort of the push of like, there's no regulation. Even the regulations you created for this industry, they weaseled out of somehow. The time has come. There needs to be regulation. Every other industry has regulation. Why is MLM still unregulated in this way? And that's basically what we're trying to do here.
There needs to be regulations and also real consequences to some of this stuff, you know?
I think that's the hard part, though, because the consequences, who do the consequences fall to, right? Because when you're a 1099 contractor,
I think the business structure.
Well, right. But the company can say, well, they're not a full employee. So we don't have to hold them accountable. So the government then is going to say, well, who are we holding accountable? The company or the individual? Right. And that's what makes it so gray, is that me, as I'm not a 1099, I could make all the claims about what Monet does or does not do. It doesn't matter, because I'm not affiliated with the company, no more, really no less than an actual market partner.
Right.
So it's such a weird gray area. And because these companies know that they would lose money, they don't want to hold their reps accountable, because what the reps are doing is working in an unethical way, right? So that's what makes it so complicated and such a difficult fight, because it's so hard to regulate.
Right.
Roberta, just going back, if you had hit ready to send email or something on that, just so the functionality.
Okay. Let me just get it up again. I'm just going to write boop. I'm just going to fill these all out really quick.
Just
boop.
Baba Booey. And then
Baba Booey. Basic batch.
Someone Baba Booey.
Boop to shoot the boop. Boop. I literally just wrote boop in every single one.
Oh.
Boobs. Why
you can see so what it looks like. Okay. And it's okay.
Yeah, I've always been curious. So does it take us right to the FTC site? Does it make it a copy paste document? What does it do?
What? Oops, I did the wrong one. I am a hot mess today.
I'm
a hot mess.
It's okay. Hosting is a little stressful.
It is, yes, it is. I'm like,
you need a producer.
So once you hit, I am a producer, director, the whole shebang. Once you hit submit, it takes you here. And it says, here's step 2 of 2. This is a preview of your submission. It has not been submitted yet. Please take a moment to verify your information. Boop, 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 boop. I told you I wrote boop so we can see what it looks like.
Betty boop.
I did boopity boopity boop empty. So then you would hit submit. And I don't know.
Michelle's data. We've contaminated the collection.
Don't submit the boop.
But I don't want to hit submit if it's going to submit the boop, because that seems like a big
But you could probably go up into the text box and copy it all too and drag it down to your own Google Doc or something.
Yes.
Yes. Of course, none of us have used this yet, so I don't know.
Kayla actually made a video, and I think you like copy it all and then hit submit, and then it all disappears, and then you click submit again, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
I literally
I'm kind of afraid to try.
Oh yeah, Kayla made a great video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll just
if y'all sleeping on her content,
please don't have to worry about it. We'll just go see Kayla's video. Okay. But yes, that's what happens. And you know what? When I do this, I will make a TikTok video and I will let you guys know. It is very easy. We try to make everything as easy as possible, even to the point. Oh, and there's Michelle's cute little face. So, try to make this as easy as possible. I really just wanted to show that comment crafter, because it's for people like me who are like, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to do it. Okay, perfect. It doesn't submit it to the FTC. Thank goodness.
Awesome.
I just didn't want to find out the hard way.
Yeah, I think when you hit submit, it then puts it into just like a paragraph and then you can copy and paste that and take it over to the FCC. Yeah.
Perfect. Wow. 18 days left, and you just sent a comment. Congratulations. I love that. Thank you so much. Anybody who has, let's just see. And if you have left a comment, just drop a number 1 in the comments just to see if you have left a comment. We're gonna drop a number 1 in the comments. I just want to see how many you can. This is specifically for Mallory. Drop a Mallory in the comments. Just it's like Mallory.
You know what? Yeah, just load the comments with my name and make all my haters so mad.
Well, thanks, ladies. This is
perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, Roberta.
This is just, I just want people to know that it's easy, that there are so many things that multiple people outside of the scope that I even understand have been helping. The MLMchange.org website is a really great resource, and I appreciate everybody that has worked on it and with it. Thank you again to Michelle for being the person behind the scenes and tackling all of that. You ladies are incredible. Another fun Friday. We're gonna play Boss Babe the game tonight. I think we need a couple.
I thought we did it on Saturday nights.
We were going to, but I am busy tomorrow. I have a life, Mallory.
She's off on weekends. Okay, leave her alone.
No, my weekend's
I'm
so big.
kid-free this weekend.
Yeah. Also, before we go, can I say I offer since the beginning to help with the Spanish speakers comments.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna solo lay out really quick.
I have been oh wow. I have been what's it called? I have been reaching out to people, and people have been reaching out to me to submit comments in Spanish. And like I mentioned earlier, I am going to be doing a live and just kind of submitting mine at the same time and walking people through it, kind of like what we did today, but just in Spanish. So I might have probably towards the middle of next week. Okay. So I'm thinking like Wednesday or Thursday. And then I don't know if I'm going to have Gladys, Vanessa, or Blanca on there. But if not, they also have been helping people with their comments in Spanish. So
awesome. Thank you. Here's another lifestyle claim that maybe we didn't think of. Saying that you could be a stay-at-home mom, that you could stay home with your children is a lifestyle claim. That is a big one. Yeah. And I think it's one that we don't talk about a lot, even though it's like something that we do talk about a lot. But that is absolutely a lifestyle.
Yeah. Or that you can retire your husband as well.
And you can retire your husband. Yes. And I know, I thought I lived in here too. It feels like the last week, it feels like I do.
You can turn down the vaccine, retire your husband, and be a millionaire. Oh my God, that's so
and then complain about gas prices.
Right. That was very specific to like a very specific person, obviously.
If there's anybody in the comments right now that's listening to me or watching this later that wants to play Boss Babe with us tonight, I can find some Boss Babes, but if anybody wants to join us as a guest, shoot me a message on Instagram and be like, hey, I'm talking about anybody here, anybody in the comments, whatever, to do a fun game and play Boss Babe tonight. Why not? And we need 5 Boss Babes. That's me and 5 Boss Babes.
It looks so fun. Every time I watch her, I laugh so hard.
Yeah, it's so pretty fun.
Karina, is there a way that we can help promote your Spanish content better to get, like, I don't have a following of Spanish speakers, right? So like,
honestly, this is something that people have asked me over and over again, but I feel like just sharing my Spanish content, like someone is bound to know someone that speaks Spanish. They share it, and that Spanish speaker probably knows somebody else. So I found a couple of people have messaged me and be like, oh, well, I don't speak Spanish, but I know people that speak Spanish, so I shared your stuff to them. And I feel like that's how people have been reaching out to me. But thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I think what you're doing is so very important. And I just feel that your content in particular, I just feel kind of like, I don't know how to help because I don't know.
It's okay. Yeah, just the fact that you guys, just the fact that you guys include me, and I know I've been like MIA a little recently, and I've been slacking a bit, but you know, life. But I'm still like, I'm still like behind the scenes helping people when they do ask me for help. So I'm always here regardless, and I'm pretty good about commenting back or answering DMs, emails, and stuff. So just you can reach out to me, or I'll put my in a comment my email and my for my Instagram. That's the only thing I have. I don't have TikTok.
And MLMchange.org and everything we just saw on the crafter is in 3 languages, 4, including
yeah.
So good.
And that's an incredible thing too.
The FTC. The FTC is not in 4 languages, so take that.
I think it's very important.
Love y'all so much. Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Thank you. And again, if Boss Babe is up for grabs, I'm going to be recording and editing today. We have an episode coming out this weekend, Sunday. And who is it? Oh, because I literally just edited it. It is my good, amazing friend. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's like this incredible influencer on Instagram. Her name is Chelsea Diamond, and she's like the boss babe of the whole entire world. She's so incredible. It is my friend Rachel Wonderland, who does a lot of different boss babe characters on Instagram. She is coaching to coaches coaching to coach or something. I can't remember.
Oh, her. She's so funny.
Coaching coaches to coach.
Yes.
Rachel Wonderland. She's amazing. Yeah. And she works in like dementia care in her real life. And so like this is her fun. Yeah. And she's hilarious. And so we do all kinds of voices and characters and we talk all about that kind of stuff.
Nice.
A very fun episode to meet. And then she's also going to come back. We're working on a couple things on the backside for some more content. She's going to come back and do some more content on the podcast later as well. So just very exciting. All of it. We're just plugging along and just having a really good time. Thank you so much. It has been an incredible week, a busy week. I feel like I didn't even talk to you guys at all this week, but
you did.
I love you guys. I know I was so busy.
Listen, guys, I just got a video. I forgot that I have a video that just dropped at 1:00, like just now. So,
perfect.
Yeah, it's a Justin Lee Ward video. Justin Lee Ward.
The fourth episode of The Adventures of Humberta came out yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it
today. So good.
The one with the knots. Watch it.
The knots.
The knots.
I like that. The education, right? I feel like I say
shoulder pads.
I should have all the evidence to back out my claim.
Yes.
I can't even tell you. When I was talking about the Styling Sisters, here's the last story and then we'll go. So I'm making that video. I'm talking about the Styling Sisters and that story time because that like stuck with me, obviously. And I wanted to tell the story and I wanted to find pictures of them on stage. And I'm Googling Styling Sisters LuLaRoe. Like LuLaRoe has wiped the existence of the Styling Sisters. I can't find it. They used to have an Instagram account that doesn't exist. I can't find it anywhere. So
Crazy.
I went to Instagram and I hashtagged LuLaRoe Styling Sisters and I hashtagged LuLaRoe Convention 16 and I found those photos. But it took me like 15 minutes. I was like, I know this happened. I know someone took, there was 20,000 of us there. Someone took a picture and posted it. And I found 3 photos and I was so happy. I was like, I'm not crazy.
I love it.
Just so you guys know, in the background, there's so much that goes on with me like furiously Googling. I'm like, I need to find a picture of that. Like,
right. And then you spend so much time like editing it and you're like, 500 views.
Yo, but that execution though, your edits, Roberta, just
they're good.
I'm getting better.
Yep.
Nice.
Right.
I like message. I'm like, Mallory, how did you? And she goes, oh, I do it this way. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I try it. I'm like, oh my God, it worked.
So easy. So easy.
You guys are so talented. And 16 days to the FTC, y'all. Get out and get busy.
16 days. We got 2 weeks, y'all. 2
Bye.
weeks. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you for having me.
See you tonight, everyone.